A fragile hope for peace. A skeptical look at Trump's approach to Ukraine. A fragile hope for peace. A skeptical look at Trump's approach to Ukraine. In a significant diplomatic meeting at the White House today, President Trump and French President Emmanuel Macron held extensive discussions focused on achieving peace in Ukraine. The meeting, which comes on the third anniversary of the Russian invasion, marks a renewed push for diplomatic solutions to end the ongoing conflict. The two leaders, who have maintained a strong personal relationship since Trump's first term, emphasized their shared commitment to finding a lasting resolution to the crisis that has devastated Eastern Europe. Trump's opening remarks are filled with his characteristic self-aggrandizement. He claims to be making great progress towards ending the war, highlighting his supposed rapport with both Putin and Zelenskyy. He frames the conflict as a really horrible one and a mess, almost minimizing the brutal reality of Russian aggression and the devastating impact on the Ukrainian people. However, his focus quickly shifts to the issue of burden sharing, repeatedly emphasizing the disproportionate amount of aid provided by the United States compared to Europe. He even suggests the U.S. should recoup the colossal amounts of money that we've sent, hinting at a quid pro quo with Ukraine involving critical minerals and other economic considerations. This transactional approach risks undermining the spirit of transatlantic solidarity and potentially jeopardizing the long-term security of Ukraine. In contrast, Macron's remarks emphasize the importance of Ukrainian sovereignty and the collective security interests at stake. He highlights the significant financial support Europe has provided, framing it as an investment in defending against a world where international borders can be violated from one day to the next by anyone. He stresses the need for security guarantees and a lasting peace that isn't merely a ceasefire, referencing the failures of the Minsk agreements. Macron subtly pushes back against Trump's focus on burden sharing, asserting that Europe is committed to doing more for its own security and defense. He reiterates the shared desire for peace, but insists it must not mean a surrender for Ukraine. His emphasis on peace through strength acknowledges the sacrifices made by the Ukrainian people and underscores the need to recognize what we owe to them. The press briefing, however, offer little clarity on the specific terms of any potential peace agreement. While both leaders express a desire for a ceasefire, they remain vague on the crucial issues of territorial integrity, security guarantees, and accountability for war crimes. Trump's claims of progress with Putin raise questions about his understanding of Russia's strategic objectives and his willingness to trust the Russian leader's assurances. Macron's more cautious approach suggests a greater awareness of the challenges involved in negotiating with a regime known for its disregard for international norms and agreements. The details also largely omit any discussion of the role of international institutions, such as the United Nations and the International Criminal Court, in resolving the conflict and ensuring accountability. The Trump-Macron meeting has generated both hope and skepticism. While the desire for peace is universal, the path to achieving a just and sustainable settlement in Ukraine remains fraught with peril. Trump's transactional approach and his focus on burden-sharing risk, undermining the long-term security of Ukraine and eroding transatlantic unity. Macron's emphasis on sovereignty, collective security, and the need for a comprehensive and lasting peace provides a more grounded framework for negotiations. However, whether his influence can temper Trump's instincts and steer the process towards a positive outcome remains to be seen. Ultimately, the success of any peace initiative will depend on a number of factors, including the willingness of all parties to engage in good faith negotiations, a clear understanding of the underlying causes of the conflict, and a commitment to upholding the principles of international law and human rights. As we move forward, it is crucial to remain vigilant and to demand transparency and accountability from our leaders as they navigate this complex and dangerous situation. The future of Ukraine, and perhaps the future of European security, hangs in the balance. The future of Ukraine's NATO membership and global security hinges on the collective actions of the international community. The collaboration between President Trump and President Macron represents a significant step towards achieving a lasting peace in Ukraine. By working together, Europe and the United States can ensure a secure and prosperous future for Ukraine and the entire region. The path forward requires strong leadership, shared responsibilities, and a commitment to building a world where peace and security prevail.